Alright, so I stopped off in San Francisco. It's really a beautiful city. You can't come up to the Bay Area without going to San Francisco. Way too much culture. Everywhere you look is super awesome. It's just the age of the city, the architecture, everything. But one place I definitely got to stop, and that's Aught Design. It's kind of a commercial because I love this spot. No sponsorship at all. I wish there was, but there's no sponsorship. Just love this place and want to do a little inside look at it. I'm inside Aught Design. I'm here with Jordan. Jordan is actually a field medic. He's going to show me his kit. Nice enough to take his stuff out. Let's take a look at what he's doing.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah.
So first I was going to show you how to just jerry-rig a tourniquet.
Sure.
So I find that in a field application, you actually can make a better tourniquet out of whatever you have on hand.
Interesting.
Than buying a prefabbed one. And It's also more realistic because rarely do you have a tourniquet when you need one. So just a strip of cloth here. This is a cravat, but you can use your shirt. You can use pant.
What is that again? What you got?
It's called a cravat. It's basically a triangular bandage. So if you unfolded this, it would be like a big scarf. You can also use a shemagh or a t-shirt.
But it's a strip of it, right?
So yeah, you just basically whatever you do. Also, you got to do it with my jacket.
Okay.
But you just fold something so it's a couple inches wide.
Okay.
And then let's say that you have just been shot in the leg. You have a femoral artery bleed, so we need to stop that. So what you can do, if your wound is here, you put this 2 inches above it.
Now this is to stop the blood from flowing out of the wound?
Exactly. So if you have an arterial bleed or an amputation or anything where the bleeding is going to be quick enough that your patient will bleed out before they reach a hospital, you are better off tourniqueting that wound so they survive long enough to reach care. And actually studies have shown that the tourniquet's not going to make them lose that limb as long as they reach care in a reasonable number of hours. So first, one tie, 2 inches above the wound, try and get a 2-inch wide band.
My wound is about here.
Roughly there, yeah. So then we're going to take anything that we have that is about yay long and firm.
Okay.
So do you carry a knife on you normally?
I don't. I have one in my vehicle, but actually it's not on me. Yeah.
So let's see what we got. We could probably even do it with a key.
Interesting.
Get very creative here.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do here is basically create a fulcrum.
Right.
And this is the key to making a good tourniquet. All of your prefabbed models have something like this on them, but you can make one that I think works better. So now what we're gonna do is just begin to crank this.
Wow, I can already feel it.
You can already feel it, right?
Yep.
So you literally crank this like a faucet until the bleeding stops. Once you have it where you want it, I won't go too much tighter because it'll actually cut off blood supply and it'll be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But anyway, once you have it where you want it, you're just gonna tie this down and secure it. Come over the top here.
See now, Jordan, you made this out of a strip of cloth and a key, essentially?
I did, yeah.
That shows your ingenuity right there, bro.
So you can do this, yeah, you can do this with anything. I did a training incident with the SFPD recently.
So you tie the knot to the device that's cranking.
Yeah, and if this was actually a real situation, I run this down in here, bring that down really tight,
definitely
snug this around. But you know, the great thing is, even if you have to move your patient out, you can continue to adjust this as you go. If you're in the backcountry, you can do this with a stick, or even a rock that's of decent size. All you need is something that you can turn that will hold its shape and has enough on either end to tie it off.
It's just creating a faucet, like you said.
Exactly.
So you can then increase and decrease pressure.
Yep. And you literally just turn it like a spigot till the bleeding stops.
Will you see the bleeding stop really quick?
Yeah. Wow. Depending on the depth of the wound, if you had like a femoral artery bleed, it's a fairly deep vessel, but it doesn't take much pressure to cut off that bleeding. So,
right. I could definitely feel it.
The great thing, yeah, the great thing about it too is that it's a tangible thing. So you instantly get that feedback. You crank it around until the bleeding stops. You don't have to do any guesswork.
Right.
You can see when you've reached the right point.
Absolutely.
And you can continue to adjust if you're evacuating someone and it comes.
I can't feel my leg now, Jordan.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, hopefully it wasn't,
awesome, dude.
wasn't too tight.
That was an awesome lesson in a little bit of field dressing that would help anybody in a
Little,
survival scenario.
Yeah, wilderness medicine there.
This is Jordan's kit over here, by the way.
Yeah,
Keeps it with him every day. So if the shit hits the fan, come see Jordan.
Yeah.
Basically. Thanks a lot, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Right on.
Take care.
All right, so that was rad. Jordan Benjamin, awesome dude. Showed me some cool stuff, got me set up, got some stuff from the warehouse for me, and really took care of business. So follow Jordan Benjamin if you want to know anything medical related, field medical, adventure stuff. That guy definitely knows his stuff. Triple Aught Design, awesome stuff.